Welcome back. In this video we will bring in the import plug and import switch into our model so that we can begin to add a parametric power cord to our model. So let's get started. I will scroll down and find step 11 and open it. Once your file is open, go ahead and hide the data panel. And let's talk about what we're going to do in order to add a power cord to our lamp. The power cord that I want to run from my lamp will run from the top of the lamp here, through my wood again, and then down the side of my wood here, and then around to a switch where someone could turn it on and off, and then to the plug, which we would run into the wall. So the first thing I would like to do is create a new component, right-click, New Component, and I will rename this power cord. Now, I can unroll that, and let's insert our plug and our switch as components into this power cord component. I will open my data panel, scroll to the top, and drag these in one at a time. I'm starting with the plug, and when I have dragged it in, I'm going to move it out to the side, 200 millimeters, and I will drag it down in this direction, 300 millimeters. I'll hit OK, and we can see that it is now placed in that position. Let's bring in the switch. And I will drag this up 200 millimeters and away from my plug, negative 100 millimeters. Now you can see that we have imported the plug and the switch, and they are both linked components. Notice that they both came in as linked components, but in our future steps they will be broken. So let's practice breaking our links and see what happens in our timeline. I would not suggest to break links normally in any project because this removes the parametric design capabilities of a linked file because it directly imports the most recent information into your model. So let's see what happens when we break a link. I will select Plug, right-click, Break Link. Notice that a group has been created in my model. There is a import plug component being created, and it is importing its base features. Base features include geometry, physical and visual materials, and any joints that might be involved with my model. Let's break this link as well. We can see another group, and this time we have subcomponents. So there was a main component made, and as I unroll, I will see my subcomponents brought in and my joint. I can zoom in to see if that joint still works. Remember, we need to ground our component before a joint will be able to be viewed. So, if I ground this component, let's see if that works for my joint. My component seems like it can still move around the screen. This is because there is no bodies in the import switch component, only other components. Grounding my top component here will not affect my subcomponents. I need to ground my switch housing, and now my switch will work. I will revert my position, and now notice that none of this component will move when I click and drag away from the original location, even though import switch is not grounded. I will do a zoom extends and activate my top component. Notice we have a component creation, two groups, and then a grounding, ungrounding, and grounding again. I will delete these two features because they are not necessary, and I will delete both of these groups and expand their contents. Now I will group all of these objects back together so that we have one concise group for our power cord component. Go ahead and save your file one more time. And in the next video, we will create holes for our power cord that will run through our lamp arms. I will see you in the next video.